Square Cow Countdowns. What's up? I'm Slash Raptor.
And I'm Harkle.
We're your hosts for this episode.
What are you even doing here, Slash? I can do this without you.
I don't care. It's my channel. I get to be here by default.
But you don't even play Rockstar games.
Well, I played LA Noire.
That's it?
And I played some Red Dead Redemption. Oh, and Bully.
I'm not getting paid enough to deal with this.
You're not getting paid at all.
Oh, f***.
Anyways, the topic for this episode is the top 10 best Rockstar games.
The only rule for this countdown is that any DLC for a game counts as part of the main game. So, for example, Undead Nightmare counts as part of Red Dead Redemption. It's not technically a rule, but for the sake of variety, we tried our best to not overload the list with nothing but Grand Theft Auto games.
And remember that this list is mostly based on our own personal opinions. If you agree with us, great. Tell us about it in the comments. And if you don't agree with us, well then, tell us about that too. Alright, now that the rules are out taken care of, let's go on a rampage.
I thought we were doing a countdown. Make up your mind.
Here's a new feature that I'm trying out. I call it the number 11.
Hate to burst your bubble, man. I think 11 already exists.
Shut up! Anyways, not every countdown will have it, but basically it's something that I wanted to talk about even though it didn't quite make the list.
Doesn't that mean it's an honorable mention?
Yeah, except honorable mentions usually get cut from a list, whereas these things are actually something that I still want to talk about.
Number 11. Rockstar Games presents Table Tennis.
Wait, this is actually a thing?
Yeah, it's not half bad.
Well, is it better than Mario and Sonic's table tennis?
No.
How about Wii Sports table tennis?
No.
I just can't get past how snooty and pretentious they tried to make it.
Yeah, it's not table tennis, it's Rockstar Games presents Table Tennis.
Yeah, but you can't blow stuff up in it. No explosions, no thank you. Number 10, Manhunt.
Grand Theft Auto is already considered to be a really offensive and violent game. Upon hearing this, it seems like Rockstar took it as a challenge and created Manhunt in response.
The point of the game is to murder people. Sure, you could kill people in Grand Theft Auto too, but you don't have to. And if you do, there are consequences. And then there's Manhunt.
Man, you got all the good lines.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
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 Yes, you did. Hey, wait a minute.
Number 9, Midnight Club. It's a good racing game. I hear that Midnight Club 3 is actually the best one, but I've only played the first one and then the most recent one, Midnight Club LA.
We put the whole franchise on the list because none of us have played enough of the games to really single out one particular entry.
But bonus points to LA because it uses the same driving mechanics as Grand Theft Auto 5 and has fun online multiplayer.
Number 8, Max Payne.
Max Payne is actually the name of a gay porn star.
Why do you know that?
Wait. Okay, I'll be right there!
The first game is the only one I played. I really enjoyed it. The controls weren't the greatest, but the story was so compelling, and the bullet time combat was incredible. I learned to get used to the controls just because I wanted Max to succeed and avenge his family. By the way, I normally think that Mark Wahlberg is pretty cool, but don't watch the Max Payne movie. It's like the only bad thing he's ever done.
I hear you whispering. Planning on stealing something?
No, ma'am, we're not.
Plan on murdering me in my sleep?
What? No.
Okay, fine. One of the few bad things he's ever done.
Number 7, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. San Andreas is one of the best stories in the franchise, and since it was only a PS2 game, it was amazing just how much there was that you could do. It was also the first Rockstar game to incorporate the RPG-style leveling up system that would later go on to be used in Grand Theft Auto 5, and more recently, Red Dead Redemption 2.
My favorite thing to do was gather up as many oysters as I could.
Some people actually eat those, you know?
Ugh, not me. I just wanted them for their pearls. I'd turn around and make a profit, and then use the money to hire hookers. Hot coffee mod, anybody? Number 6, Bully.
Bully is a really good game, but I feel like it's basically just a toned-down version of Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, instead of shooting people with guns, you throw eggs at them. Instead of stealing cars, you steal bicycles, since your character isn't even old enough to drive. The school setting doesn't really add much to the game, because classes just boil down to hit-or-miss minigames, but the story and characters are pretty great. The concept of the different cliques in the school made for an interesting central conflict when your former friend, Gary, starts turning them all against you one by one. I'm not sure why the game is called Bully, though. Jimmy isn't really a bully. He's actually a pretty nice kid, all things considered.
Yeah, what he said. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a hot date with Eunice.
Bow chicka wow wow! Number 5. L.A. Noire. For longtime fans of Grand Theft Auto, coming into L.A. Noire is like doing a complete 180. Instead of causing chaos and mayhem, you're actually working to prevent it.
It was also one of the very first games to utilize facial capture technology. Although the world was huge, there isn't really much to do in it other than just finding landmarks or other hidden stuff.
There's very little replay value to the game because of how linear it is. The post-game street crimes also feel very repetitive because of how few of them there actually are. You'll end up doing the same ones multiple times within the span of an hour.
And all those cars were fun to collect and they all looked pretty cool, but once you find them, they don't really do anything. Number 4. Grand Theft Auto 5. I can see why some people might put this higher than GTA 4, but personally, I think I like GTA 4 a bit better.
But we'll get to that later. I was immediately turned off from the game because I felt bored and just couldn't relate to any of the characters. Franklin and Lamar, in particular, are basically just walking stereotypes of African Americans.
Which is a shame, because Rockstar really pushed the limits of what you're able to do in an open-world sandbox game. I feel like they focus more on gameplay and less about the story. The heists are intuitive and fun, but the 3-character dynamic waters down the story.
Although I hear the online mode is pretty awesome. Number 3. Red Dead Redemption 2. Since I haven't played this one yet, and Harkle is very busy with school, we couldn't justify putting this any higher than number 3.
In terms of a sequel, at the very least, it's just as good, if not better, than the original in every way. The journal is a really cool feature, and it was a breath of fresh air how they actually managed to dig themselves out of the rut that most missions in Rockstar games had fallen into recently.
Yeah, excluding L.A. Noire, I found that they were mostly just go here, kill this person, or go here, bring this item back to that person. It just proves that Rockstar actually cares about the quality of their games and isn't just in this for the money. Activision. EA Games. I got something stuck in my throat there.
Number 2. Grand Theft Auto 4. Grand Theft Auto 4 is the perfect package.
While there isn't necessarily as much to do in Liberty City as there was in previous games, the things that you can do are so perfect and satisfying.
It wasn't until certain DLC patches that some cool things from earlier games were added back in.
The police in Grand Theft Auto 4 are easily the stupidest in the franchise, which makes running around aimlessly equally as compelling as the actual story-based missions.
And Nico is arguably one of the best protagonists in the franchise. He's not inherently evil. He's just a regular guy who gets dragged into a bunch of trouble because his cousin is a moron. Oh yeah, and then there's the swing set glitch.
What about the mass comp suicide trick? I could spend hours just doing that. They're like polyester-clad lemmings. Why did they get rid of that in Grand Theft Auto 5? It's like donuts without the frosting. Number 1. Red Dead Redemption.
And Undead Nightmare.
You don't have to specify the Undead Nightmare DLC.
I know, I just want to talk more. The audience loves me and you know it.
Well, they love me too, right? Hopefully they love me more than you, because this is my channel after all.
How do we get so off topic? We're supposed to be talking about Red Dead Redemption.
Fine then. The Wild West setting never feels like a downgrade because you can still do pretty much everything you could in the Grand Theft Auto games.
I agree. The transition from modern day to Wild West is handled beautifully. Instead of hit lists, you have bounties. Instead of having different cars, you have different animals, like horses.
Or donkeys. Or perhaps donkey ladies.
John Marston really makes this game. Without him, Red Dead Redemption would be just red.
Like the Bruce Willis movie?
No, I mean like the color red.
What's wrong with red? It's a perfectly good color.
Yeah, but you know, it's not like a critically acclaimed color.
What are you talking about?
Well, there you have it, folks. Those are the top 10 best Rockstar games.
In our opinion.
No, in the world. My opinion is the be-all, end-all.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Okay, you know what? You're right. It isn't.
Hey, don't get too cocky. You only won that because we specifically wrote the script that way.
Whatever. I hope you guys enjoyed the countdown. Let me know if you want Harkle to come back and help me out with more countdowns sometime in the near future. And until next time, peace out.
And as always, game on.
Nope, that's the wrong show.